I really think there's no bad time to flirt. I'm all about shooting your shot.
Sometimes being a good friend means calling them out on their dumb decisions.
If he doesn't open the door for me on a first date, huge red flag.
Welcome to Dialed In.
Hello.
Welcome to Dialed In, your daily dose of unlicensed therapy. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Montaine.
And this is your hour to join the conversation. So no matter how unwell you are feeling, we got your back.
So call us 888-91 on air. That is 888-916-6247.
It's been a minute since we've been face to face.
Dun, dun, dun. Lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, and queer. Lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, and queer. If you don't know that song, get with it. Okay, that shit is on Instagram. Molly Lawler. Okay, she made a video in the woods. It's Pride Month, baby. Welcome back.
Thank you. And happy Pride Month.
Yeah, you went to New York, a straight woman, and you came back a straight ally. And it is officially Pride Month, and we just want to say no thanks to anyone in corporate America today. We are openly sellouts for Pride Month. Okay?
We are.
We're acknowledging that we don't talk about any members of the gay community enough during the rest of the year, but for this month, we will spend 30 straight days only talking about
the gays.
the gays. It's your month.
I love it.
The way I view it, I pretty much have like, I'd say 10 months of the year are mine as a white, straight, cis man, excluding that Black History Month, February, and June, Pride Month. So I feel like I got 10 months. It's pretty good.
Yeah, and I get one day.
Yeah.
As a woman.
There you go.
As a woman, we get one day.
I love when there's some
International Women's Day, and I had to look up when it was. It's in March. That's how little
March 3rd.
of a big deal we make about women who run the world.
It's
girls,
like
girls,
I saw
and
like,
the gays.
I saw some debate recently where there was like a guy being like, and men do all this, and some woman's like, and who set that system up?
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh shit. It's like, yeah, we did set that system up.
Yeah. So it is Pride Month, and LA pops off for Pride.
I'm actually so excited. I feel like the gays are super lucky because this is top 3 months of the year. Like June in general is just like the weather's not like crazy fucked.
The sun is coming out.
Yes, the sun. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The sun will come out.
The sun's coming out, and so are the gays. Everyone's flocking to the street. The straight people also getting involved. I want to get involved. How can we get involved?
Honestly, here's what I've
We
learned.
play I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry.
Sure. I'd say here's what I've learned, okay? Don't make the month about yourself. As a straight person, we're both straight people. The best way to be an ally is by just like being as good of a pal and a friend to your gay friends, your lesbian friends, your trans friends, your bi friends, even though you don't believe them
What about
that
your
they're bi.
bi-curious friends?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like your bi friends, you're like, are you though? You're kind of looking at them. You're like,
prove it.
You're like, it's like every bi girls. You're like, so why are you only dating men? Huh? Like, what are you really doing? But no, honestly, all you can really do is be the staunchest supporter of them. If you are invited or extended an invitation to an event this month, by all means go.
Are you going to any lesbian parties?
But well, this is what I was going to say. As someone who has been in the spaces before, don't ever make it about yourself because it's not your fucking space.
Don't take a story and bring it onto your show and talk about it for 20 minutes, how you went to a lesbian party
Exactly.
and everyone was staring at you.
Exactly. So
any coming up?
This week, I'm sure I will be doing. There's just something about like the Pride events. I haven't actually done Pride in LA really before because I've obviously been in New York. But New York Pride is just so fucking fun.
What's so fun about it? Like, what do you do during?
It's just
New
like
York
the
Pride?
streets, and especially like in the West Village, it just pops the fuck off. It's like you can't walk pretty much. It's like the parade for that whole weekend is unbelievable.
Yeah.
One year I remember I was like with some friends and someone was having a house party like in this little walk up. And literally the whole building was having separate parties, and all like 6 of the different parties joined up. So it was just one giant like walk up of like the
So
hallways, the stairwells, the roof. It was just unbelievable.
Emily says that DC Pride is lit, and this year it's World Pride in DC.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's World Pride?
So 2019 was World Pride in NYC. I think it means they invite people from all over the world to be like, this is the Pride you need to be at. Come through.
This is the Pride.
Yeah, this is the one. This is
the
the
proudest.
party.
It's the proudest
The
Pride.
loudest and the proudest. We got the most. We got spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got spirit.
I don't know what that's from.
It's from my camp.
Damn it.
Yeah.
How was I supposed to know that? I thought
It's
it
just
was
like
like
a classic cheer. I'm sure
Okay,
cheerleaders
okay.
know it.
Yeah.
I was never a cheerleader because we didn't do that where I'm from, but I'd probably try out.
Wait, so you just came from New York. Welcome back to LA.
Thank you so much.
Tell me about New York. How was your experience?
I will say, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't love New York. Sorry. Everyone's
Whoa.
like, I heart New York. I'm like, I heart New York.
Why?
It's just not for me. I've realized, like, I like to visit for 2 days, and I went for 5 days, and I think I overextended myself by going for 5 days. And I think maybe it's different when you live there and you have your own space, but to go visit there and be living out of a bag, and once you leave your house for the day or your apartment or your hotel, wherever it is, you have to like stay out. You're like in the streets. There's no safety. I find there's nowhere to go like seek refuge in the streets. You have to like, okay, now where am I going? Your phone's dying because you're taking the subway and you're looking out your different directions, but you're out there like you have to pack a whole bag. It's just not easy. And I respect the hustle culture of New York, but you know that TikTok where it's like, I just realized that at this age, I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do that. I want to live the easy autopilot life, and New York is the opposite of that. And that's fine. It's just not for me.
But like okay, hold on. I'm not gonna be offended as a New Yorker. I'm just like, you have a.
It's just too dirty.
Do you ever see? Do you ever see like those like Wired videos where they're like scientist breaks down scientific concept to 5 different age levels, and it's like 5-year-old, 10-year-old, high schooler, expert, master's degree. It's like I feel like your take on New York is like the degree like 2 or 3, where it's like. I get it, how it's moving fast, but New York is so big that you can make any experience you want.
I agree, and I like that, but as someone who can't make decisions, well.
But you went literally, because we do have a billboard, you
that
went
was
to
amazing.
Times Square.
I went to Times Square 3 times.
That's way too many times.
No, and that was my highlight of my trip because I saw
How?
myself on a billboard. My big fat
Yeah.
face was plastered on 2 screens, not one. And I had to bask in the moment, and it was really enjoyable. And for that, I'm so happy I went.
Yeah.
I had a good time. I saw my friends. I saw their babies. I talked to random guys. I did what I needed to do.
I saw you baby baiting or whatever the fuck that term is, when it's like when single people like put like a friend's baby on their story to show how they would look as a parent to like the opposite sex.
Look
It's
at this
like
hot mama.
yeah, it's like hot mom, hot dad energy. It's like, all right, I see what you're
Well,
doing.
sometimes I have to change it up because, you know, I'm out here posting all the flirty content, posting the thirst traps. I'm just, you know, being a hot single out here in LA. And so if there's a baby around that I'm actually close with.
Hey, sorry, can I borrow your baby real quick for this thirst trap?
No,
okay,
no,
perfect.
These are babies that I'm genuinely close with. We're tight.
Why did you emphasize genuinely like
Because
that?
I'm not taking random babies off
Yeah,
the street.
okay,
These are like,
that's true.
these babies are my homies.
Yeah.
I just want to let
they're-
the people know that I also have a maternal side.
They're your wing babies.
Yeah. And they work.
They definitely do work for sure. And I know this is why I also call it out when I see men with babies and why I refuse to post photos like with my nieces and nephews, because I'm like, no.
Well, that's the difference between girl and guys. I will never post me and a baby on my dating profile. That's
Well,
fucking
not
weird.
dating profile. I'm just
Guys
saying like,
do it all the time. They're like, me with my nephew, me with my niece. I'd be such a good dad. Girls are not posting with babies on
well,
their
I'm not saying
social
the
media.
dating profile is fucking crazy. But speaking of your little raunchy dating content, which you strayed from with the
Raunchy.
baby.
I never said that.
But what was the piece of content that we just talked about that you just posted?
Yeah, so I'll be putting out content all week if you want to follow me at Rachel Fried Poulet.
Mm-hmm.
But I was, you know, as I was basically stranded in the streets waiting for my friend to be done with her plans. It didn't make sense to go home, so I was like, I have to go eat. Oh, that's what also with New York. All you do is spend money to pass the time. So I went to sit at a bar and
New Yorkers are just like shaking their heads. They're just like, no.
shake your heads all you want. I'm going to feel how I'm going to feel, and that's that.
Yeah.
I was sitting at the bar, just minding my business, eating my sushi hand rolls, and there a guy came a few seats down from me, and he looked me dead in the eye.
Wait, explain real quick, just the background. Rachel went to what restaurant?
Kazunori, it's a hand roll sushi place, and you only sit at the bar. There's only a
Correct.
bar. It's very quick. It's very
it's
transient.
like it's one of the only places you can go, for those who don't know, who you kind of just go in by yourself and you can just sit at the bar, quickly eat your meal.
Yeah,
and
it's
you're
the
out.
first place I ever went to go eat a meal by myself. And since then, I kind of rather just go alone. It's
Yeah.
so quick and easy. So I was sitting there, and this other guy comes, and he sits. There's 4 seats between us, and he stares at me. And it wasn't just like a quick glance. Like, he looked up at me at least 5 times. So I was like, okay, hi, I see you. You think I'm hot. and I'm looking really good because I just got my hair cut. And I see you, and then he's, but he has his AirPods in, and then he's texting, but he'll glance up, and I'm just like, okay, I'm going to try and be passive for once, because old me, will go up to a guy anytime just kind of for the adrenaline rush of it all. If I see a cute guy, how am I supposed to talk to him? If we didn't have our electronics, we'd all be talking to each other. So I was like, am I going to do it? Am I not going to do it? Am I going to do it? I did it. I went up to him. I said, what's up?
I did it.
I did it. And he's like, I said, oh, I just wanted to say that I think you're cute. Well, I don't want to spoil it because I will post exactly what I said because I recorded it like a freak. And he told me he was engaged.
Like, how quickly into you hitting on him?
Like, our whole interaction was 10 seconds.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. But I was like.
But you did it after your meal, right?
Yeah. After I paid, I was ready to exit. And I just was like, oh, I'm happy for you.
Okay.
I said, congrats.
Hi, just want to say I thought you were cute and hope everything's. I'm engaged.
He was like, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm engaged. Because I said, are you single? He said, I'm not. And that made me think. And I was like, okay, well, fuck me, because how am I supposed to know? You can't. With a woman, when she is wearing an engagement ring, that's the first thing you see. It's flashy, it's big, it's on the finger. It's saying, hi, I'm spoken for, fuck off. With a guy, there's no tell until the day of his wedding that he is spoken for. There's really no telltale sign.
Hard disagree.
And I hard disagree back.
But here's why I hard disagree, okay? I get told this all the time, that I feel like a relatively safe person to be around. Like when I'm out, like girls don't ever feel like I'm hitting on them. And you know why? Because I have a girlfriend. So it's like my mind is shut off like that. And guys who have girlfriends aren't out. They don't give off the energy that they're trying to fuck or trying to do.
This guy was giving me looks, and
he probably was just like looking up, just like checking his surroundings,
probably
making
just
sure
like using his eyeballs,
making sure he was just like safe in New York.
But the thing is, with girls that I'm friends with, when we talk about, how we're all single and tactics that we do, or if we see a hot guy, they say that the first thing they do when they see a guy who's good looking is look at his hand to see if there's a ring on it.
I get that.
Because automatically, ring, disqualified, which would have, saved me the adrenaline rush and the embarrassment of going up to this guy. If had I known he was engaged, why would I hit on him?
So what's your proposal?
I think that when a guy gets engaged, they should wear an engagement ring as well.
Should it be like a big rock? No, that's like a wedding ring. That's
they can wear some sort of band as well. And then they'll just get another band.
It's just like what they should do is like get a wristband that says I'm engaged.
Yeah.
It's like a red wristband that you get at like a party and you just
or like
go,
a necklace.
Yeah.
That says
just has an E.
Engaged. Yeah.
Just
those ones that the name in cursive.
Yeah.
Engaged.
The gold ones.
Yeah.
Engaged. Yeah. Okay, those ones. I feel like I want one of those.
Right?
That's for the girls.
So I kind of just changed your mind.
That's kind of good.
Your hard disagree went to a total agreement. Get me one solid gold.
But what you're basically saying is that the engagement ring / like a man showing that he is actually unavailable is not for him, is not for other guys or for him to show up. It's really for other women
for the
to
girls.
know.
It's for the girls.
It's literally just for the female gaze to know. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me.
Oh, apparently our producer Colette's fiance has one.
Does he?
I do. I bought him one. He really wanted one. And he got hit on at the Beyonce concert. And he went and he showed his ring and he said, I'm engaged. And he walked off. So it worked.
So that girl wasn't respecting the ring.
The guy wasn't respecting the ring.
Happy
Pride. He was very flattered about that.
Happy Pride. So where was he wearing the ring? Is he wearing it on his ring finger?
On his ring finger. I will say it is hard to, it's becoming more fashionable for guys to have engagement rings, but it's like, kind of different. It's like a wedding band that he has, and we're just going to get like an engraving for when we're like officially married. Totally. And that'll be like the thing. Yeah.
See, that's helpful.
I like it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I mean, everyone has thought for years on TikTok, I am married because the camera is like flipped. And so I wear a ring on my right ring finger, but you're supposed to, when you're getting married, wear it on your left. And so everyone on TikTok has just assumed I'm engaged or married like forever. So I've already been dealing with that.
And that's why no one hits on you.
Totally. That's what I'm saying. Nobody hits on me. No, I feel like, honestly, tell me I'm crazy, but like getting the engagement ring is like peeing on your fire hydrant, right? It's like you're marking your territory. You're telling all the other dogs, hey,
yeah,
I peed here.
And I just think that it's kind of unfair that us girls who are engaged, we're like, everyone, we are off the market, but our husbands are kind of still running rampage. I don't know, rampant, whatever the word is.
Rampant.
They're running rampant around town with no indicator. And yeah, they can give off like cool, calm, collected energy, but dare I say that would make me more attracted.
I agree. In terms of not wasting time, you have convinced me. Genuinely. You actually have convinced me. Because I'm like, okay, at the same time, it shouldn't be less fashion. Like, a woman's value in society, as explained to by my girlfriend to me, diminishes when she is with a man, right? Like, overall, she's like, okay, like, her status is lower, the options are lessened, whatever.
Wait, what?
Like, when a woman like ends up settling down with a man, like society views her. This is not correct. This does not mean that like she is less than, but society views, less opportunities, less that she's married, leave her alone.
I don't agree.
Okay, tell me why.
I think that once a girl is coupled up, it elevates her. She's now attached to a man who is seen as who has more opportunities.
No.
He like raises
it's
her
way
up
it's
on
way
the
better for
outsider
the it's
view.
way better for the man, because the man is seen as like more legitimized by a woman. This is why like the happiest people on earth, we've already done this on the show, the two happiest groups are married men, number one, and two single women. Like, I'm sorry to tell you, like, overall, those are the two happiest groups. The only common denominator is that being married, unfortunately, negatively impacts a woman's societally viewed value. I'm not even saying I necessarily agree, but in that same context, showing off that you are engaged is like a sacrifice for a woman, almost, in a way. Like, okay, every man knows not to hit on that. And in the same way that like you're showing off the engagement ring for a man, I don't think it's the same societal sacrifice. You know what I mean? I feel like it's actually like a better status symbol. So that's why I'm also like, okay, a man gets an engagement ring. It's kind of like a prouder, like, yeah, look at me. Look at me.
Right. Look at me, but don't talk to me.
Well, hey. Men don't cheat. I don't know. I don't know.
Don't cheat.
No, that's such a lie.
Yeah, that's the biggest lie I've ever heard.
All right, I have another question, because I heard something fucking crazy. Okay, this was pitched to us kind of by Emily, but also I've been hearing it more, that people were using like ChatGPT for therapy, which then got me into, would you ever consider using AI, ChatGPT, anything, to actually help you find a partner? Call us 888-91 on air. That is 888-916-6247. Now, I know what you're thinking, like these dating apps we already use, I'm sure they all incorporate their own form of AI in terms of matching us in this. So AI already knows the ins and outs of your personality.
AI is really just an algorithm.
Totally.
A machine learned algorithm. They put an algorithm and then it teaches it to keep coming up with more algorithms, more algorithm, more algorithm, more algorithm.
There was some other AI that they like asked.
Artificial intelligence.
There was some AI that they like asked itself to like give the code to shut it down, and it deceived the people. It like gave like a wrong code. We're fucked. Okay, anyway, though, would you trust like a piece of AI that knew you and all your dating habits better than like your friend recommending a partner to you?
I would maybe not trust it on the first whatever it shoots out. Like, I feel like when I talk to AI, they'll give me an answer and I'm like, okay, but now more like this and more my vibe, and change it up. So I'm always tweaking. But yeah, I would say that they've gotten to know me pretty well, and I think they'd have a good, test. Should I ask them right now?
Yeah.
What is my perfect partner?
Yeah.
Is that like what we're saying? Or we're saying go out into the world and find me someone?
No, not go out into the world. I assume that people are using AI in the sense of like telling you who to look for. And if multiple people were using the same platform powered by the same AI, it would match you up with someone that you are kind of a bit like a perfect match for. The reason I don't trust it, number one, it takes away the whole human experience of like failing and trying again.
Yeah.
Two, when I'm on Netflix and it says 98% recommended, I fucking hate half of them.
Right.
Your recommendations based on what you think I like are fucking bullshit.
Well, it's true. Like on Hinge, they'll say, this is your best match.
Yeah.
They show like you guys are the most
Try
compatible.
again. Here. And it's like they put the fucking people in Rose jail on Hinge, and it's like, this is going to be your best match. And it's literally someone that if I ended up with, I would cry. It's like, you don't know me, Hinge. And honestly, it's because I think the big parameters on dating apps and on these things, they're like the broad strokes, right? Like they know the basic parts, but the whole point of you actually finding a partner is the little nuances, is the basic or not the basic, is like the deeper details of your life and what make you you.
My friend put in everything he wants in a partner, what he wants him to look like, everything, and AI made him a picture of his perfect match. And he's like, that's perfect. Like he had it down packed what he wanted. And a few weeks later, his friends were like, we're trying to set you up. We have someone for you. And they sent him a picture. And it's literally like...
The guy?
Yeah. It's basically the same as his AI makeup.
Wow.
And he's like, oh my God, that looks like my ChatGPT boyfriend. Like he must be the one.
And?
Well, they haven't met yet.
They haven't met?
Not yet. We're waiting for an official setup. So he's kind of doing both. He's like, okay, you guys... I'm taking my AI and I'm taking my friends, putting it together. When you guys come here, you're setting me up.
Yeah, this is like kind of what's it called? Like the plot of like a new rom-com. It's like it's like, oh, normally it's like two best friends talking. It's like now one person just talking to their ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT, like I'm trying to
There's
find
for sure a movie like that already.
Ex Machina. No, you ever see Black Mirror? Do you ever watch that? I know
I watched a few episodes and then I said I have to go.
But there is one called Hang the DJ, which is exactly like this prompt. It's actually one of the only happy Black Mirror things. But basically, I'm warning everybody, spoiler alert, but on this episode, it's like a guy and a girl and they meet, and the whole parameter for them meeting is it tells you how long you have with the person.
Yes, I've seen this.
Okay, so it like tells you how long you have, and they're like 325 days. And then
that's horrible.
And then it lasts 325 days, and they go their separate ways. And it turns out that it's just testing millions of different like circumstances.
They're in some sort of AI game.
Correct. They're basically like just one little test percentage, and that they end up fighting for each other in 98% of all the things, and then they just go out in the real world. And they end up together, hopefully. I don't know. Sorry if I just spoiled that. I just totally butchered that. But to find out more spoilers and more fun stuff, stay tuned for the other side of this break. This is our first official episode of Pride Month.
Happy Pride.
So that's 30 days of unadulterated LGBTQIA plus content, allyship, everything in between. If you're a hater, get out of the fucking building.
Yeah.
Because this is only a place of love and acceptance.
Yeah. And we love being gay.
And we were talking about, and we were
for the month.
Yeah, for the month, corporate America. And we were talking about letting AI find people partners. And I heard we have a voicemail left for us.
I believe you're right.
The person you are trying to reach is unavailable. Please leave a voicemail after the tone.
Hi guys, my name is Lauren, and yes, I know what it's like to date a guy that your family hates. The only guy I've ever brought home, my family absolutely hated. He was from Florida, and he moved to Michigan to be with me, and we were going to get an apartment together. When my mom met him, she ended up talking me out of getting an apartment with him. She was like, nope. You guys she talked us into living in her basement, which I don't know how she did it, but she did it, and thank God she did, because we ended up not lasting very long. He went crazy. He got mad at me for giving my male coworkers a hug after getting us into the club for free, and like lost his mind. It was a whole big fiasco and whatnot, but now, like, to this day, I still am afraid to bring anyone home, and still have yet to bring anyone else home, because the one and only time I did, my mom was right.
Right. Mother knows best.
Is that true?
We asked on Facebook. We asked on Instagram at Dialed In. What do you do when you date someone that your family hates? You guys can still weigh in. So call us at 888-91 on air. That's 888-916-6247. I love how she said that, you know, she had a boyfriend. She was going to move in. Her mom's like, absolutely not. Convinced her out of it. Her mom was right. And she's still now scared to bring someone home. But in that situation, I'm kind of like, you should bring them home earlier, because your mom kind of saw right through this guy's bullshit.
But ultimately, it's, see through the bullshit, but it's like you parents can't learn the lesson for you.
No,
it's like,
that's true.
I saw someone say this back in the day, that Oprah's so rich, she could like pay people to work out her muscles for her. Like in the gym, you know, like someone's like lifting her fucking weight so she could like get the muscle. I'm like, ultimately your parents can do that for yourself. And this is what we were just talking about with trusting AI. Yeah. Like, AI also would be just like your parents in the sense that like it would know the things that you need to know. Why?
Right.
Why do we need to know? Make the fucking mistake.
Agree. I mean, I had a boyfriend. I'm sure my parents hated him, but they, you know, kept their mouth shut while I was dating him. Maybe they gave like some eye rolls or like, you know, like a long stare here and there, but they never came out and said break up with your boyfriend, because that's just not. They have to accept you.
Ariana Grande made that song
because she was bored.
Yeah.
No, but I do think it comes to a point, like, if your family hates your significant other for an extended period of time, there's going to come a point where you have to make a choice between your family and the person you're dating. And I know another person, you know, whose family really didn't like her boyfriend. They didn't accept him, but she loved him, so she dated him for a few years. And she realized this is never going to change. And so what? Am I going to live the rest of my life with this burden of my family not accepting the person that I'm dating, or am I going to choose my family and find someone who they can live with, which is a really tough position to be in.
It's extremely tough. And I'm actually in a family where we have a quite small family unit, and so there have been partners like that people in my family have dated that have maybe not been everyone's favorite from the jump. And when you're in a small family, it's kind of easy to be in lockstep with the other family members about someone's partner that you don't know anything about. That now, since time has gone on, they're still together, and we have all since, like myself included, have totally changed like our tune on.
Right.
So that's why I also think,
Because you were part of every step.
no, not part of every step, just more like when your family members are telling you one thing, you kind of want to be in lockstep with your family about stuff, and you want to be supportive of your family, and you think you're wanting the best for the person, obviously, but at the end of the day, I only get to see 3% of their relationship. Like 97% of their relationship is their unique thing. So it's like, I get how you have a sense of these things, but ultimately all you should want as a family member or a friend or a person looking out for other people is for your person to like, or your friend or whoever it is, your family
or your daughter or your son,
to end up happy. Like if no matter what, they're not going to end up with your perfect partner most times. Like 9 times out of 10, they're going to end up with someone that you would not have chosen for your daughter or for your son. And that's totally okay. And like you have to let them go out there and fuck this shit up.
You have to let them.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think that
Who's that author?
Mel Robbins.
Mel Robbins.
Right. I think that what you're saying is so true. Like, I don't need to be best friend. You don't need to be best friends with the person that someone in your family is dating. Like, they don't have to be. You're not dating them.
Totally.
They're not your boyfriend. They're not your girlfriend. They have to make the person in your family happy. They have to be smart, not dangerous, and have a plan. I think. Like they have to make them not be crying every single day, but date whoever you want.
That's true.
But I do think it's good that her mom did convince her out of a big financial burden. Lauren,
I agree.
Like, if you can step into a certain degree, if you know that this person's going to be bad news, like I'm not letting my daughter move in with you and then spend all her money when I can just have you guys move in here and the outcome will be the same. And she'll just kind of like save thousands of dollars.
Do you let your parents kind of like yuck your yum when it comes to your dating, or do you keep them like separate until it like becomes serious-ish?
Yeah, I won't really keep them in the loop because nothing becomes serious. I'm like, you can go check my TikTok. My mom's like, what happened with that guy you went on a date with that one time that you went up to at Kazunori? I'm like, don't ask me. I'll let you know if it's serious.
It's over.
It's over before it even began. And if it's serious,
like,
you'll find out on my Instagram story. I said yes.
You're like, your mom is like trying to find out about shit. You're like, Mom, check my fucking TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay, seriously.
I'm like, send it to your friends. Send them likes. Her friends will be like, who's the guy Rachel's dating? She's like, you have to find out on her TikTok.
Follow her at Rachel Fried Poulet. Obviously, what the fuck? All right, I have another question because you just got back from New York. How was the travel? How was the flight?
So the travel there, horrid. Wanted to throw up the entire time. Turbulence. We hit turbulence. That was us hitting turbulence the entire time. Yeah. Even the Xanax couldn't take me out. Hate when that happens.
Rookie mistake. And the way back?
Way back was a lot more chill. I did something that I never do.
Which is?
It was very pick me. I'm kidding. I read the entire flight.
Did you?
Yeah, I read for 5 hours.
Emily, you better take notes. What did you read?
I was in the airport. I spent like 2 hours. I'm like, I need to download everything possible, every show I've ever heard, every podcast. I'm like, I'll just read my Kindle. I've been reading this book. It's a series, about like warriors and whatever. Throne of Glass.
Any book that you're all in on for a whole flight that's like 5.5, 6 hours, that must be a fucking good book. But anyway, the reason I ask is because I was reading this article on CBS, on CBS News, basically that says, on CBSnews.com.
I thought you said on CBS.
No, not the pharmacy. Central Broadcasting Systems or Central, I don't know. CBS anyway. Okay, the article said that certain airlines are now charging, and this is only because people found out, are charging single people more per ticket than people who buy in pairs, in groups, etc. Which I was like, what do you always say?
Hate to see it. Single people have less rights.
Like literally.
Single people have less rights. We want to go on a trip just we don't even have anyone to travel with. You don't have a travel buddy. You don't have a partner to like take your cute pictures for you. You have to go on a plane by yourself. If it goes down, you can't even be like, I love you for the last time. It's like me, myself, and I.
Oh my God.
And here we are having to pay more.
I feel like that's worse. Like having someone that you love on the plane if it's crashing. Together. No, fuck that. Then you actually have to see them do like crap. No, I would rather be alone for that. Call me crazy.
Well, I'm selfish.
Okay. You're like, I'm going down. You're going down with me.
I ain't going down alone.
I love that I'm like, single people have less rights because planes cost more money, like for single people. And you're like, seriously, like if I were to die in a crash, like I would be
God
so
forbid.
mad I couldn't share it with somebody.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I'd be like, this is how it goes. I never had a great love. Anywho, I think that's ridiculous that certain airlines, I believe it's Delta and United, don't quote me,
Yeah.
but come for us. And they're charging more. So basically, if you buy, let's say, 3 plane tickets in one shot, those will be cheaper versus if you just buy one person traveler ticket.
Correct.
Will be more expensive. So then I was thinking, well, it's like Costco. If you go to Costco and you buy in bulk, it's going to be cheaper. But why? We're not buying airplane tickets in bulk. It's not cost per demand or whatever.
There's no it's not mass produced.
Don't get my economics brain going.
Yeah, well, it's not like some mass produced that's saving money for them. It's
Yeah.
like there's a finite number of airplane seats. So it's not like, oh, if you buy 8 of them, it's going to be cheaper for
So
the
why
airline.
are they doing this?
Because they hate you. What do you mean?
They hate me. Oh, right.
They,
Me out here.
Delta just had their Q3 meeting, and literally they're like, all right, guys, we have the perfect idea. All right, what is it? What is
Q2.
What is it, George? No, Q2 just ended.
Oh, true.
Q3 just started. See, Rach, we're corporate America now.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride Month.
Yeah.
No, they just sit down and they're like, George, what's the plan? He's like, I have the perfect idea. And
Down with single people.
No, he just puts Rachel's TikTok on the board. He's like, watch this shit. He's like, we need more of this content.
Yeah.
We need more singles content.
Yeah.
We need to make it harder for her.
We need to make it harder for the singles.
And they're like, we're going to get away
It's
with
hard
it too.
enough to go on a trip by yourself. I feel like it's
Yeah.
a really good growing experience to book a trip by yourself. So now knowing that I just did that and I probably paid more than someone with a boyfriend who's probably going to be paying for her anyways. Are you fucking kidding me? Really?
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 Really? Oh,
It's more of
my
a
fucking
faster
God.
really.
They really got to bring back like when everything was just easier for everyone. Like I feel
Right.
like back
Not-
in the day.
Or even just show us this other singles though. Like if I'm single traveler, and you're gonna charge me more, at
Yeah.
least give me the option to be like single Miss Rachel Friedman, and then put me in the single section. Don't put me next to the married couple who's
That's
going
right.
down together.
I get that. But there's also like a lot of downsides to that you're not seeing. Because like, what if they sit you next to someone who's also single and you hate, and he's like, "Hey, so you gonna finish those peanuts?
Well,
What's your name?" He's like out of breath the whole flight.
I should mention
Yeah.
because at least the Norwegian cruise line is making. It's saying in the article that the Norwegian cruise line is making a special price.
The Norwegian cruise line
making a special
is
price
that,
for
is that
singles.
a cruise that goes to Norway only? No, Norwegian cruises.
Yeah.
They do like the special rooms for singles, which I
Yeah,
get.
they have
but
a single
also
special.
okay, but also you know what that means? You better fucking UV blacklight that whole cruise because there's gonna be CUM everywhere. Okay, I don't want to deal with that. All right, that's a whole other complication.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, please.
Please, please, please.
Please.
Don't prove I'm right. Had to do it. But we're saying that you want to bring back
Old timey shit. Here's why.
Bring back vintage.
I'll tell you why to bring back vintage, okay? I loved, even back in the day, this is before I was even like talking to people romantically, but I remember my mom was even telling me that in New York there was a thing on Craigslist called Missed Connections, which was basically just like a poster online or like a forum where people could post, oh, I was here, I was at like this hotel at this lobby bar at 6 p.m. and I saw this gentleman wearing this, and you would pray. Shoot your shot, hopefully. And it probably would never work out. But oftentimes, I'm sure people in New York, because it's a huge city, but it's just such a wholesome forum. And the reason this came up is because I have a friend that I introduced to another friend of a friend. And one of the gestures he made was sending someone a postcard. And I was like, honestly, a lot to come on with and send a postcard. And then I thought more about it. I was like, you're just so fucking cool. So romantic.
That's so adorable.
Why don't we send postcards? Why don't we send love letters?
Right.
Like, why aren't we doing more handwritten shit? More
Can
old
someone
time.
make me a mixtape?
Literally.
I would die for a mixtape.
That's like when
Just send me down on the plane.
Ashton
As long as I
Kutcher.
have my mixtape.
Ashton Kutcher, and I think we've already talked about this on the show, but Ashton Kutcher and No Strings Attached, like Natalie Portman's like got her period, so she can't hang out. And he's like, I made you a period mix, and the first song is Bleeding Love by Leona
That's
Lewis.
so good.
I was like, I'm taking notes.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Making playlists, giving albums, anything with your handwriting on it. Anything. Honestly, I just love the writing medium. And I know like nowadays, I guess Missed Connections is on TikTok. You could just make a video.
That's
Hey,
what I
I
was
saw
gonna say.
so-and-so and wearing this. But I don't want to see the face. I want to create the story and scenario for myself.
I agree, but something about misconnections, it's like, well, maybe it wasn't meant to be. Also,
Yeah.
you know, because like last night, for example, I landed at the airport. There was a hot guy on my flight. He was staring at me. I smiled, and then I forgot about him because I was so deep into my book. So much so that I was still reading the book.
Throne of Glass.
I was still reading the book at the luggage checkout, like when you're waiting for your luggage. And I've never read my book while I'm waiting for my checkout. And then I look up, I see the guy.
Pick me so hard.
And it wasn't performative. It was just pure avid reader.
Yeah.
And I looked up and I saw the guy, and then I was like, okay, now I'm being performative with the book. And so I put it down, and I was just like, okay, now I'm acting weird. I feel awkward. Come say hi to me. You know, like, you see me. I'm in my cute little sweatsuit. I'm looking cute. My hair is just, I'm vibing. And he didn't say anything to me, of course. And so I kind of was like, okay, well, that was that. And I had that thought, oh, should I, you know, message one of these Instagram accounts? There's one called Overheard LA, and they'll post like funny LA shit that people say, that people send in, and it's just like really cringy. Or they'll do misconnections. And I'm like, oh, you know, that'd be so funny if I did that. But also, would it? No, this guy didn't say hi to me. He saw me.
He had the chance.
He had the chance. He saw me broad daylight.
Exactly.
You guys, like, if you want to make the move, do what I did when I'm sitting in Kazunori and go up to the person and let them tell you that they're engaged instead of, you know, going on some forum after.
But this is what I mean.
Seize the moment.
By yeah, exactly. This is what I mean by like I miss the olden days in terms of romanticizing stuff, because I'm like, missed connections is not for like someone you were staring at for 30 minutes and had the opportunity. It's for someone like in passing that you know you could never do. It's like chucking a little note down a well and you're just praying, because 99% of the time it's not supposed to work.
We should bring back phone numbers on napkins.
I think that already exists.
No, it does exist, but it's kind of, you know, out of style.
True.
So
honestly,
I would love to bring it back. So you want pen to paper, pen to napkin.
I have, honestly, I hate to
I've done it.
pat myself on the back.
I've done it at Kazunori.
I have been given numerous phone numbers on like napkins or on paper.
Have you ever done it?
No.
I've done it once.
I've never done it.
My mom convinced me to do it when we went to Kazunori.
Go on.
We were sitting there at the table, and there was a cute guy near us, and she's like, you should give him your number. And so I did. Did he text me? No.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah, he probably was engaged.
I just think no man will not appreciate the number being given. However, I'm like, I don't want someone to have my number. I'm just like, write your Instagram, write Rachel Fry Poulet.
Yeah, follow me.
Yeah, literally.
Trying to hit 10K.
Or you know what we should do?
What?
And if you're listening out there, this is what you should do. If someone is like hitting on you, want to just tell them 888-91 on air. That is 888-916-6247. Write a little heart on the note and then have them call into the show, and make sure you're following those directions. And we will see you knuckleheads on the other side of this break.
We want to hear if you can convince Montaine, and me too, on why a wedding and why a marriage is important.
Marriage is what brings us together today. I fucking hate that you never get my references, and you know that like obscure line from Princess Bride.
That? That's my favorite line.
No, not from the movie. I hate that that's the only, like, I make references like that all the time. If we were in unison on it, by the way, if you have not watched Princess Bride, please do. Fucking
love. Twoo, love.
Twoo, love.
Wow, see? I know it.
Fantastic movie. All right, here's my thing. Before I ask you to sell me on marriage, and if you're listening, 888-91 on air, that is 888-916-6247. Sell me on why you should, or why anyone would, get married. Here's my question. I'm all for the lifetime partner. It's not a question of monogamy. It's not a question of wanting to go out and explore your options. I'm all for that. I love what is the difference between someone who's been dating or whatever, been with their partner for 15 years, okay? Why should they get married officially? Barring if one person is from out of the country and it's for legal reasons in terms of remaining. Secondly, I understand there are a lot of tax benefits to being married. That is, marriage is literally a financial institution. I understand that. Outside of that, societally, we frown upon people who are together for a long time and don't end up getting married or don't care about a wedding. So I'm sitting here like, if you do find the relationship and the partnership, what is the difference?
I do think that you're right. I think it's actually an insurance policy in a way. It's like the biggest insurance policy. Like, I am legally binded to this person. If something happens to me, then they will get all of the things that I had before. Like, you are legally binded together, which I think is like the ultimate commitment. It's the ultimate declaration of your love for someone. To be like, I want to have this legally binded contract to you that we are now one. I don't want to be separated from you. I want to have the same name. I want to be a family. Okay. I understand like being a family and not getting married. Like you are still, you still have kids together. You still live together. You still grow them up. I mean, you raise them together.
You grow them up. You water them. You
but
food them.
I just think that you're saying you want to bring back everything from the past. You want to bring back all the old times. Yep. That is the oldest form of commitment.
Okay. However, hear me out. Like I said, I'm all for the union. I'm all for the show me the money, show me that you're in it to fucking win it. 50% of all marriages end in divorce, Rachel. Mm-hmm. So it's not like 100% of the people who are getting married are staying together and that's the union. It's like half of them, are breaking up.
In most places, even if you don't legally get married, if you live with someone for a certain amount of time, you're civilly married. And the state or the province or wherever you live considers you married. So you might as well just do it on your own accord.
Or what?
You're going to end up married anyways.
Because the state's going to say that they're forcing you to? No, I'm just saying... For us, we're outsiders right now. Neither of us are married.
I want to get married.
Of course. But I'm saying we feel, and you have friends who you go to weddings, and et cetera. You feel some level of joint societal pressure, whether it's seeing your other friends doing it, that is the expectation. And I'm asking, beyond like the actual benefits legally, like what is it? What's the difference in the relationship? Is it like,
well, I think like
they've reached a new level?
Yeah, well, you have reached a new level. It's not as easy to just walk away from. When you don't get legally married, one person can just wake up and decide to leave.
But 50% of those things, people still do up and leave. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's way more difficult. Now we have to have lawyers.
Well, that's why it's sad that it's 50%. Leave, and I think that's why you should be really sure before you get married to someone.
But do you think the 100% of people who got married were like, well, I don't know if this is going to work out, but I hope so?
Well, I was watching Giggly Squad, and Paige DeSorbo, my favorite influencer, was saying how she was asking like, oh, once you're giving birth like live, in that moment, you are realizing, did I marry the right person? When you're in the middle of labor, and she said she got a lot of feedback from it, and people were saying that, when they were going into their marriage, they were kind of like, am I sure? Am I not? Like they had doubt, and then once they were giving birth, they were just like, fuck. Like, damn. I fucked up. But like, if you're having that doubt, like, do not go through with it.
Imagine the kid coming out of your vagina, and you're going, fuck.
Yeah.
I married the wrong fucking guy.
Yeah, so... That sucks.
I did actually. This is a little off topic,
but then we'll go back to the marriage.
Yeah. No, this is about that.
Yeah.
This is just like, I was talking to my cousin about this because I have like and we can show it on socials, I'm sure. So follow us at Dialed In. I have one of the worst videos I've ever taken in my phone, like markedly, like the worst. It was like COVID times. We're outside. I'm watching like a proposal, and the guy comes up to all of us at the restaurant and goes, by the way, the woman next to us at the table gets up and goes inside to the bathroom. This is COVID. We're all eating like in the street kind of. So the guy taps on the glass and goes, hey, everybody, like I'm going to propose to my girlfriend. And when she comes out, everybody.
You were there?
I'm there.
Yeah.
Everybody cheer. Everybody make noise. And we're like, oh my God. So I'm like, I've never seen a proposal. I'm like, I'm so fucking excited. So happy to be a part of it. Like crazy. Start filming. Yeah. She's in the bathroom for over 20 minutes. So I'm like filming like 6 different videos on my phone because my phone keeps being like, no space, no space. She eventually comes out and I'm like, oh my God, this woman definitely just like pooped like at this restaurant and like is coming out. And she comes out and everyone's like, woo, woo, like so excited to see her. And he goes, okay, Nora, I love you, Nora. And she's like in shock. She has no idea this is happening, clearly is not okay with it, and is like so overwhelmed with embarrassment. I love you. And she goes, and he's like, will you marry me, Nora? And she's like, I guess. And literally he goes in to kiss her. She doesn't. She turns her head. He just hugs her, gets up, and then he goes, she said yes. And
he said, I guess.
It's all on video. And then he invited us to the after party. And I was like, oh my God, this is the perfect example of a couple that should not be getting married. And Nora, if you're out there and you're married to this guy, I'll fucking shut my mouth. But there's no way.
She's going to call in 888-91 on air right now and be like, I'm still married to him. No, I understand what you're saying with the societal pressures. I feel like going to weddings, you're in the moment. You're like, oh my God, I want to find my husband. And I find as you get older, when you're dating, it goes through my mind, every guy that I go on a date with, I'm like, well, is he going to be my husband? Does he have the qualities that I'm looking for in the father of my children? Which sets me up for disaster. So I've been actually trying to change my
You're trying
mindset.
to chill.
I'm trying to chill. I'm trying to be passive.
Wait, here's my other question though. 'Cause, okay, the marriage thing I get in terms of the union and everything like this. Here's the other thing I want you to sell me on. And I know I'm going to sound naive and stupid. How is a big wedding dealing with all of that not the same as like, I'm not saying in life. How, to me, I view birthday parties like I hate them. They're always for my friends. They're always for people. I know you love your birthday and throwing a birthday party. I get that. But how is a wedding not like that, just on a macro level, as someone who hates making the thing about themselves for like an event?
I know weddings have gotten out of control. They're insane.
Yeah.
They're nuts. They're thousands and thousands of dollars. It's like for one night. But as someone who loves a party, I have to say I'm down to throw a big wedding because I think
What's
wedding.
a big wedding to you?
I don't know
Because
numbers-wise.
I have a few Indian friends who have like weddings.
Okay, no, I'm not.
Culturally, wait, do you understand how big Indian weddings are?
No, and I don't think that mine will be that big.
1,000 people is like kind of chill for an Indian wedding.
Okay, no.
I know someone who had a 2,000 person Indian wedding. Isn't that fucking nuts?
Yeah,
All
that's too crazy.
We got to go to an Indian wedding.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Invite us. No, I think that for me, what it represents is I think it's a huge milestone to get married. You're basically saying goodbye to my old life. I'm starting my new life with this person. Thanks for all supporting me along the way. And I have had so much support along the way. I've been single for pretty much my entire life. And I have a lot of people who have been there for me, who've been with me on my journey through life. So to see me accomplish this big moment, I want them all there. Because they deserve to be, in my opinion.
They deserve to be.
They've been part of my journey.
Yeah.
They should see me kind of achieve this monumental moment. Write me a check, okay, and be on their merry way.
What is the standard, just out of curiosity, what is the standard wedding gift? Like, what are you supposed to give to like friends who are getting married?
I think
Is it just money?
I think it changes depending on your
It's like $100,
family,
$200.
your religion, whose wedding it is, how much money you have. I think a lot of people do like registries now where they choose their gifts that they want, which I'm just like, I want to make a registry for when I move. I want to move apartments. I'm moving in a few months. Like, and this is,
just put an Amazon wish list.
Single people have less rights. A lot of people are leaving comments on my video just being like, I want to make a registry for when I move because I'm single and I'm choosing to stay single and I'm not getting married. When you get married and you buy a house, like most of your gifts are for your new house. Like you get china, you get cutlery, you get
China.
you get you get a blender, like we said.
Puerto Rico.
But you get the most random things that you will need for your kitchen. And it's like, I'm moving in a few months. Who's buying me a blender?
That's true. I actually am supposed to.
Yeah, you're going to.
I will. I'm
And I want
committing
it to
to
be
that on
smeg.
air. That's why you just wait. It's like just waited. To
I'll
fucking
send you my
call me out on
Amazon
it.
wish list.
Yeah. No, that's funny with the registry thing. I'm just like asking, like, if you're on like the periphery of like someone's like friend group or whatever, like what is like the standard gift?
Well, I think there's difference. In the Jewish community, we have certain numbers because they represent certain things in Judaism. So like 18 is a holy number, you know? 18 is another word for like chai, which means life. So it's multiples of 9 or 18. I don't know. I'm really bad with math, but it's like 8 you could do. Like, I'm trying to think. 36. Because 18 times 2, 36.
Rachel, let's not become an accountant.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would say
Anyways, it's just like those, it's different. So I don't know how much it would be at a non-Jewish
I just mean
wedding.
like at a standard, like it would probably be like $100, $150, $200, whatever. Here's my thing. Someone got me a gift. This was not for my wedding. When I was born, okay, they got me like a savings bond, okay, which I was like, wow, this is awesome. Like now that I'm an adult, I'm like, I'm gonna have a savings. Fucking pain in the ass. Don't get anyone a savings bond. This shit is taking me 6 months to even figure out how to cash it.
Can you let me know once you do? Because I also have
They
some
make it
bonds
so hard. What you have to do,
for my bat mitzvah.
you have to literally mail a request to open an account in an office in like a different state. Like that's just to open the account until you can deposit the bonds. If you're thinking of getting someone money or a bond that's going to be more money in the future, just give them the fucking money.
Or you know what you can do? I was gifted Apple stocks for my bat mitzvah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's way better.
Yeah. I mean, that you have to be good at math to do that too, and like the stock market. I watched me give someone stocks and they just like, completely plummet.
Tesla stock. You're just like, here's some Tesla
like, happy
stock.
birthday. Happy wedding.
Yeah, that's like the sign you based on like
That's why
how
you should stick to the registry.
no, but how good like you think the marriage is gonna be like. That's like
yeah.
the stock that you give them, and it like crashes and burns with them. You know.
I'm like, I couldn't even tell you what a safe stock is.
All right, wait. We're literally laughing really hard right now, but let's get into one voicemail if we have it. Yeah.
I think we should save it, but yeah, let's get into it.
The person you are trying to reach is unavailable. Please leave a voicemail after the tone.
Hello, my name's Jazz. I'm calling from New York City. The question I have today is about my boyfriend. I really need some advice. We've been together for about 3 years and it's going really well. I love him and I think he's the one. But he wants to move in together, and one of the issues is that he's so messy. I just started living in my apartment by myself about a year ago, and it's like my safe haven. I have a system, everything's tidy and where I put it. And yeah, when he comes over on the weekends, he always comes over to mine because my place is tidier. He just like leaves it in a mess, and I don't know, like if we move in together, is he going to be able to change, or am I just going to be like cleaning up after him? I'm really concerned, and I'd love some advice about how I could like approach this topic with him.
Wow.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Wow, Jazz's voice is so calming.
I was gonna say it sounds like me putting my voice into like a British AI generator.
Yeah, and based on her voice alone, I'm like, of course you have a clean apartment. Like you are iconic.
It was giving ScarJo and her.
That is a tough one. I definitely want to answer this question. So tomorrow when we get dialed in, we're going to help Jazz out and let her know how she's going to move in with her messy boyfriend. If you have any opinions for her, any advice because you've moved in with someone who's messy, call us tomorrow at 888-91-ON-AIR or 888-916-6247 or send us a DM.
Also just found out, like, shout out to our Missed Connections conversation. Coleman Domingo met his husband on Missed Connections. So
love that.
Happy Pride to all. Okay, and Missed Connections is so fucking back.
Right, and if you missed the beginning of this episode, you can listen on SiriusXM, but follow us on Instagram at Dialed In. You can follow me at Rachel Fried Poulet.
Me at Montaine. Remember, we are here every single day, every weekday, baby. This is Pride Month. We're getting fast. We're getting loose. We're having fun. We are allies. We love you all, and we will see you at the exact same time tomorrow, knuckleheads.
Bye.
Bye.